Yes, I feel like when people try to say like who's the most unguardable person, it just has to be both at one. Like both of them are unguardable.
Right.
Like, it's really hard to say like, he's more unguardable than him, because the things that Giannis is good at, Harden might not be good at. The things that Harden's good at, Giannis is not good at. And it's really just like, if those two found a way to fuse, the league would be in trouble. There's somebody gonna come in the league and is gonna do something stupid like that. Probably gonna be born in a lab in Akron. Akron got the labs. I don't know where they get them from. They don't produce Steph and LeBron. That's just unreal.
LeBron more so, man. LeBron he's another one. He's like him, Zion Williamson. Them niggas is test tube babies. I'm not going.
Yeah,
they're aliens. They're like aliens breeded with women and planted their seed and then birthed them. This shit is crazy.
All right.
Yeah, this shit is crazy. What other like surprises, I would say, during the season like stuck out to you guys? Like teams, players.
D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah,
Jesus.
D'Angelo was a good surprise.
Such a good season for him, man.
Yeah.
And especially being a reserve all-star. A lot of people sleep on reserve all-stars, man, but that's when you really see who the league values at their play. And D'Angelo Russell, man. People keep sleeping on him.
Brooklyn Nets in general.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, and Brooklyn been shit for years. When they made that terrible trade, when they literally traded all their assets
for reason why
they traded their entire future for
old players.
Right. For Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and
to sell tickets. They opened up that stadium and wanted to sell tickets, and they thought those two were the ones.
And it was cool. It looked fun. It looked good, but it fucking plummeted terribly. And then they were just in the dark, like you said, the Celtics. They literally built the Celtics franchise.
Yeah,
over these last couple of years.
I remember that. I remember that year too, because I was a big Paul Pierce fan back then, and I almost jumped the ship too, because I was like, they in Brooklyn. I can start going to games. I was like, I don't know, I might have to make this jump.
Yeah, that's a nice stadium too.
But then I was like, I can't do that. And then I'm happy I didn't. But I mean, damn, dude, that was terrible. I don't know who the GM was back then. Gee, boy.
Yeah, he didn't have to have a job no more.
I think
I don't think he does.
I think they got their last pick this year. I think
this is it.
Or
yeah.
something.
Well, it's the Kings though. It's like it was involved in a trade to the Kings. So now if the Kings go above, I think 8, then it goes to the Celtics, and if they go below 8, they keep it. So it's some more weird.
But then they'll get there first next year.
Yeah, now next year it's unprotected
because it's a protected. Yeah, so next year
it'll be. Next year it's not.
Right.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
Which they actually announced that they're gonna bring in Luke Walton for an interview.
Who?
Sacramento.
Yeah, I seen
Really?
that. Yeah, I seen that.
Yep.
That would be a good move, I think.
Yep, they fired Yeager.
With De'Aaron Fox out there, you got Marvin Bagley out there, you got a young core. You ain't got to worry about no LeBron James interference.
Yo, how about Buddy? Speaking of surprises,
Buddy Hill, Buddy
balled
he's
out.
Top 3 in 3 points made.
I can believe it. Yeah,
I think him, Kemba, and Harden.
Yeah, he played good.
Yeah.
He played real good. De'Aaron Fox had a hell of a second jump.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Fox
is
good.
Solid.
If I'm them, I'm like, look, go get Luke. You know what I mean? He can sell them on that dream of, look, I just coached Golden State basically to a championship a couple years ago. Because we know he coached most of that season, and and Steve Kerr came in and took over the rest. But if I'm him, I'm like, yo, I take him. If I'm Sacramento, I'm like, look, you ain't got to worry about that Lakers pressure no more. You know what I mean? They was sandbagging you anyway the moment LeBron got there.
Right.
You know what I mean? They didn't let you draft who you wanted to draft because he did not want to draft Alonzo Ball. That was just a marketing move, and here we are.
I mean, like, what? Realistically, they got a nice young core.
Mm-hmm.
They got Will the Thrill. He played fantastic last year. I think he averaged a double and 1.5 blocks or something like that. That's solid for a big man nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what they're missing, because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch too many of their games this year. Maybe Harrison Barnes over an off season, if he stays, might help him out. Might not. Might hinder the growth of the two bigs and Bagley and Harry Giles. But who knows?
I'm sticking with the young core, man. You got Fox, Buddy Hill, Bagley. All right, just next draft.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What the Kings really need is just that one of the, like, Fox to take that next level,
Yeah,
take that next step. They need that superstar.
Yeah.
They need that star player now. They just need that star
growth.
players. They got a good young core. They got a good supporting cast.
Yeah.
Now you just need like one of those star players to develop. I don't see anybody signing with them though. Like a star free agent.
So what if Durant went there? I'm just saying. I'm just spitballing here.
I mean, there'll be a playoff team.
Would that be a legitimate team in the West?
No.
There'll be a playoff team.
With Durant? Nah.
I think it'd be playoff team at best.
Yeah, there'll be a playoff team
like at best.
Yeah, I'm talking like 4 seed.
4?
4 seed.
4 high.
I mean, the West ain't as good as they used to be, man. The two best records came out the East. 3 of the top 5 best records came out the East.
Okay.
So I mean, you gotta put up 50 to get in the West. Yeah, about 48.
Yeah,
48 to get in the West.
The 8th seed in the East was even. The bottom half is trash. It's still trash. It'll always be trash. You gotta look at it.
The first 5 was cool.
Look at from the number 1 to the number 8. There's only 9-game difference. Yo, what do you mean?
For the West?
Yeah.
And from number 8 to number 8. Oh, shit. Well, we top heavy right now.
Yeah, the East
West is stacked.
Yeah, the West, like 1 through 8, the West is definitely
but
stacked.
I mean, but Durant is technically, at this point, would we say he the best player in the league?
Man, dude, Durant.
At this point, he's top.
Here's the thing, man.
Top 5, top 3, maybe.
LeBron got hurt. The team was doing great. I saw something earlier that I actually didn't really realize. I guess they went like 15-8 prior to him getting hurt or whatever. They were on pace to actually win 53 games at that point before he got hurt. I don't
think they was ever winning that many games.
Came back. He still put up his same numbers, but the team around him really wasn't doing too well. But you got to remember, they all basically got told, hey, you're one GM from saying yes to being gone.
Yeah,
and so I mean that doesn't really help morale. Plus, multiple injuries did happen. Rondo got hurt.
I think this is the best.
Brandon Ingram had that blood thing. You know what I mean? Like a lot of things did happen to that team. So, I mean, who knows what happens over this offseason and then free agency.
Draft night.
Not to mention they technically in the lottery, right?
Yeah, in the lottery.
Lakers are a fucking joke.
Yeah, they stupid. I
mean, like Magic Johnson. Yo, shout out this whole Magic Johnson
shit.
Did
you see it?
That was the funniest shit I've seen in such a long time, my dude. I ain't gonna be here. Yeah, it was like, what do you think the Lakers offseason is gonna look like? I ain't gonna be here.
He said they was talking to me, asking me questions, and I was just thinking. He said, I was just thinking it. I ain't even tell them. He said, I was just thinking it.
Like, I ain't tell Jeannie Buss. Yeah, I'm like,
he's like, yo,
right.
Yo, my man Magic was like, yeah, I couldn't tell face to face because I'd be tears in my eyes telling her. I was like, this nigga really just said he's afraid to tell this woman he's about to quit this job.
That's crazy.
But shout out to Magic, man.
It was a terrible season, to be honest with you. It was a media nightmare, but you knew what you was getting with LeBron.
Right.
Magic from Showtime era. Like, you know what I mean? Just imagine that on steroids.
I was listening to something earlier, and I want to see what y'all think about it. What about Kobe taking over as president?
Hell no.
Listen.
Now, at first, that sounds weird, right? But what the dude was saying made a lot of sense. Is that a lot of players nowadays don't know Magic as who Magic was. They only know him as owner, restaurant tour, stuff like that. Now if you had Kobe as president, everyone knows what he stands for. Everyone knows what is going down, and all the kids and all them these 3-year, 4-year players that are about to be free agents now all know oh yeah, that's Kobe. That's Kobe. We could go play for a team that we can get lessons from Kobe every day.
I don't think the GM's the problem though.
I
think the problem is LeBron.
Come on, you can't blame LeBron.
I think LeBron's the problem. LeBron 34 now. There's no championship on the horizon.
Man, LeBron went to 8 of them things before he went to that raggedy ass team.
He went 8 from the East. And he got to the West and said, all right, I'm going to go ahead and tuck this season in.
He was
going to tuck the season in.
He was close to at least doing something.
I don't think LeBron wanted to be completely honest. I said that would be the best move for him, is just to completely not make the playoffs. Show a little chink in the armor, take a step back, get some rest, enjoy yourself this summer, you know what I mean? And then see what happens on draft night. Because that's usually where everything happens at. It's going to happen draft night. Draft night, June 8th, 26th, something like that. Mm-hmm. Free agency starts July 1st.
Yeah. Just to touch on the Kobe thing, I'm not a big fan of just bringing somebody straight out of retirement to come take a position that he never trained before or never took a step. He was a player. His last thing in the NBA was a player. Magic Johnson, I mean, he at least was a head coach. he's a shitty head coach. But
I don't even remember that.
It happened like probably before we started watching basketball. That was like 93, 94. But he had it was like 15 and like 6 and 15, and he just quit. So I don't know why the Lakers are surprised by this. Like he quit.
He
after
don't
this.
have fun. He out of there.
Yeah, like he's not a good. He's the one thing I think. Skip Bayless said this is that the greater the player was when playing the game, the worse he is as like an executive. And you like look at Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, when he was an executive for the Bobcats and now Hornets,
terrible
for the Wizards.
He
drafted Kwame Brown.
He was shit.
Yeah.
He drafted fucking Adam Morrison, number 3.
Because he had heart.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I'm the Lakers, you got to stop with.
Good in Gonzaga.
Brandon Roy was in that draft. Just to let you know.
If you're the Lakers, you got to stop with the draft or signing Lakers legends to come in front office positions. Like actually get somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing. Let's do that. Like to figure that shit out first, Jeannie. Hire somebody that's actually a respected executive in the league and that knows what the fuck they're doing. That's going to hire people that's going to put them in the right position, and then go from there. And then, Marv, touch on what you said. I agree. Like LeBron, he's not getting no younger, man. Father Time is undefeated. And as great as LeBron is, he still had a hell of a season. Man, averaged 27, 7-7, his normal LeBron stats. But
I mean, I just think he got popcorn stats though. It's
right?
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Empty.
Right? I agree. I mean? They just like this is what it is right there. And then he turns it on, and goes into playoff mode. You like to call it. But
so he say,
yeah, man. The Lakers is one of those teams where this offseason is going to make or break them, man. And like I said it before, I don't think they're going to get any of these big free agents.
I do.
You think so?
Well, I don't think not a free agent. I think they get Anthony Davis.
Be a trade?
Yeah, they're gonna have to. I think it's gonna have to happen on draft night. He made it very clear he's not coming back to.
He wore a "That's all, folks" shirt on the final day.
He made it very clear he's not coming back there. So it's like honestly, they got to force their hand, and they were waiting on draft night because what happens is you usually catch a couple suckers on draft night. It's gonna probably be a 3 or 4 team trade, but I think he definitely goes to LA because every team knows they have no chance. You know what I mean? The player he already pretty much committed. Plus he signed with LeBron. He wants to be in LA. He wants to win. And now he can actually be the guy who get it'd be a situation where LeBron may not be the guy to get finals MVP. It'd be him.
Right.
So now you get the help of LeBron and take the shine from him. That's, you know what I mean? In LA, that's real appealing. I don't think somebody like Kawhi would want to do something like that, or Jimmy not getting that either. But then you about to see Golden State break up. So
the thing with my whole thing, I don't think why he's going to go to the Lakers is because I don't think they have the necessary assets that like Boston has. I think if ultimately AD goes somewhere this offseason, I think it's going to be Boston.
For who?
I think if you're Boston, you got the draft picks, you got the capital and draft picks, and then you got the better players. You can offer better players than the Lakers can offer. You know, the Jaylen Browns, the Jason Tatums.
You giving up that?
For AD?
If I'm AD, I'm not going there if you're giving up Jason Tatum.
The whole thing with
I don't know if he has a no trade clause.
The whole thing with Boston.
No, he doesn't. But I'm like, I wouldn't even want to. I'm not playing for y'all.
I think like Boston could do what Toronto did with Kawhi. Like Kawhi didn't want to go to Toronto, but they said, "Nigga, you gonna go here or you not gonna go nowhere? What you gonna do? Like sit out the season?"
They can, but they about to let Kyrie walk.
Yeah, now that's an interesting aspect. I think Boston makes that trade if they can if they can re-sign Kyrie.
If I'm them, I wouldn't.
I don't think.
I think he fucks the whole team chemistry up.
I agree.
If I'm them, I'm letting him walk.
I agree. I think Boston's a better team without Kyrie.
Yeah.
They play better. I should say.
Play better. Yeah, I think they play better. And I think a lot of people would sign with that team without Kyrie on there. He's sucking up all the money. You know what I mean? You can go there, get some money, and you can win immediately. You will immediately become one of the top 3 teams in the East.
If you lose Kyrie, and then you lose Brown, let's say Hayward and Smart for AD, that team is decimated.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I wasn't like
that team is.
That's a decimated. That's a lot to trade away for him. That's why I'm like,
and most likely a pick.
And he want to win, yeah, because you're gonna have to give up that Kings pick if you don't get it this year. You have, or even if you do get it this year, because draft night is probably when it's gonna happen. You got to give that pick
that's
up.
A lot.
Say that fall at number 2. Now you about to give up Ja or RJ Barrett plus Jaylen Brown plus Marcus Smart. And I don't think they got to match the cap with Gordon Hayward. That's an untradeable contract, pretty much. All that for AD? I don't know, man. Some teams probably will do it though. Yeah. I just think another team is going to get involved. I just think it can't just be. I don't think it's going to be a straight one, team to team. I think it's going to be a 2 or 3 team.
I'm
3
not
or 4 team
helping
trade.
no team land an All-Star from not getting one.